Hello guys, how are you all doing? Welcome back to today. I'll be showing you the best way to draft your princess sim. So let's stay tuned. I begin with my start line, and also you mark all your vertical measurements. So you need your shoulder to your bust, to the under bust, okay, and then to the waist, okay, that is to the half length. All right. So next is to transfer all your measurements to the other side, because I'm going to be drafting both the front and the back on this same paper. Okay, so after that I am just going to connect all my points that I've made, or all my vertical measurement, into a horizontal. I'm going to create the horizontal lines now. Okay, so just connect all your points straight like I am doing. So this first one is for the shoulder to the bust, okay, and the second one I'm going to be doing is my under bust, obviously. Yes, so this will be the shoulder to the under bust. So when drafting a princess seam, you need your shoulder to bust measurement, shoulder to under bust, okay, shoulder to the waist, and probably if you will be making this top lengthy, you will need your top length as well. But this time around I am just going to be stopping at the waist side, because I'm going to be joining this with my skirt. Okay, yeah, so after getting your lines, just go ahead and label them like I have done. All right, so the next thing I'm going to mark is my shoulder measurement divided by 2, okay, plus my 8 inches standard. And then below that 8 inches standard, I am coming down by 1 inch. Okay, so mark your neck width and depth like I have done. Okay, and the next is to connect your points into a curve like so. Okay, now the next thing is to create your shoulder slope. Okay, so connect the 1 inches you came down by to your neck, or to the nape of your neck like that. And next you mark your armhole depth, okay, and then on that same line transfer your shoulder measurements there, and then continue with a straight line. So from there I'm going to be connecting this point here to my armhole depth. Okay, yeah, so after that, just divide your armhole or your arm depth into 2, and then for the front I'm coming in by half an inch. Okay, so for the front I'm marking a quarter of my bust measurement, okay, on my armhole line. Okay, so from here, and here I'm going to be connecting my armhole. Okay, so just like that. Okay guys, just like this, connect your armhole. So next is to mark the nipple to, so mark your nipple to nipple measurement divided by 2, and then transfer the same measurement to the waistline, and then connect these points together like I have done. Okay, so once that is done, you measure your armhole, you measure your arm round, just measure it round to where your bust measurement is, and then divide that by 2. Okay, so whatever you get, just mark it, trace it on your armhole line like that, and then use your French curve to connect it like so. Okay, as simple as that, right? So the next thing is to mark half an inch here, and then 1.75 inches on the other side. So all in all it is 2.25 inches. Okay, so you mark half an inch here, and you mark 1.75. So it depends. Okay, it depends on the busty nature of the person. If the person does not have too much bust, you do a minimum of 1 inch, okay, depending on the bust of your client or the person you are making the dress for. If the person is very busty, you go as much as 3 inches. It works fine. So for the armhole area, I am doing the same thing. Okay, whatever that I took down there, I am doing the same thing for, but note the bigger part comes down and then the 1/2 inches goes up, just like I have marked. Okay, so after that, I'm going to be using a straight rule to connect my 1/2 inch and blend it like so. Okay, so just blend it in like that. Yeah, and then the next thing is to extend this line. Okay, so you can extend it straight or you can go upwards like that. It works. So I've added 1/2 inch here and I'm marking that on that line, and then on the armhole line I am marking 1 inch there. So from there I'm going to connect these points together to create my new armhole. Okay, it's important to extend because you will be joining this to this so that it becomes, you know, accurate. Okay, and then the next thing is to, you know, extend the armhole line, and then I'm going to be adding my sewing allowance at this point, so 2 inches of sewing allowance, and then from here I'm going to be connecting this to my bust point like so. Okay, so that completes the dart. Okay, so next I'm going to blend in my curve. I'm going to blend in very well that sharp corner that just blend it. Okay, then marking 1/4 of my waist measurement, okay, plus the dart intake plus my sewing allowance, then you connect. Okay, so just connect it like so. All right, so we are done with the front. So moving to the back, I have you know, divided my paper into two, and I am marking my zipper allowance right now, 1 inch all the way through to my waist. Okay, so the next thing is to just connect this 1 inch. Okay, and that's, we have our zipper allowance. Guys, next mark your across back measurement. Okay, the across back measurement divided by 2, okay, plus 1/2 inch for adding sleeves. Okay, if you add sleeves, just add 1/2 inch. If you won't, just mark your across back. So mark your neck width and depth for the back. So I am just doing 3 by 3 inches also for the back, just like I did for the front. Okay, and then just connect this together like so, and then once you're done, connect your shoulder slope to the nape of your neck, just like that. And then my armhole depth for the front was 7.5, so I'm doing the same thing, marking my shoulder measurement plus 1/2 inches to join sleeves to this. Okay, so the next thing is just connect your armhole depth to your shoulder like so. Okay, so once that is done, just divide your armhole into two. Okay, and then from this point just mark your just mark 1/4 of the bust. Okay, next add your sewing allowance of 2 inches to that. Okay, and then the next thing is just to connect the armhole points together. So from this point to this point, just connect it like so. Okay, so we are done with our armhole for the back as well. So the next thing is to mark your nipple to nipple measurement divided by 2 for the darts at the back. Okay, so now for a princess seam, what I do is I come up by either 1 or 1.5 inches. Okay, from the, you know, that point. Okay, from the midpoint of the armhole, you come up either 1 or 1.5 inches from that, and then you try to connect your curve as straight as you can. Okay, so I think 1.5 inches would do if you are drafting yours. 1.5 inches would do. Next time I'm going to ignore the one and use 1.5 inch because I do not want any curve going around this side where I am, trying to blend. So the next thing I'm going to do is I am marking half inches on both sides for my dart intake, and then I am marking half inches on my underbust as well. Okay, so not everyone does this, but I do it because our backs are not straight. So this is how normally most of the people connect it, but I don't do it that way. I connect it to my half inch and then I connect it down straight like so. So this is most like a curve dart, not a pointed dart. Okay, so I use a curved dart for my back in all my dresses. Yes, I use a curved dart. Okay, I feel the back is not straight, so we need a little bit of contour around the back. Okay, so next I'm going to be marking my waist, okay, plus my dart. Okay, so whatever I have on my waist, I am just cross checking to see. So mark your waist, that is quarter of your waist plus 1 inches for your dart, and then I'm going to be adding 1.5 inches to that because I am going to be reducing my zipper allowance by half inch and also around the underbust by half inch. Okay, then from here I'm going to blend in my zip. Okay, I'm going to blend in like this, as you can see. So my back is not straight. All right, our backs are not straight, so I reduced half inch from the zip and I have added it to the side. Okay, so after adding this to your side, just go ahead and connect this like so. Yes, so after connecting this, the next thing is to extend this part of our dart. Okay, and then I'm going to be adding a 1.25 or 1.5 inches maximum to that. Okay, and then from there I am just going to create a new armhole just like I did for the front. Okay, yes, this helps you to join your fabric without getting short of fabric for the I labeled it 1 and 2. Okay, for the second part so that it joins really nicely. Okay, next I'll be adding half inch of shoulder allowance to my shoulder. Okay, for both the front and the back. Then next, make sure you reduce the curve as much as you can. So I'm just going ahead blending to remove any form of curve that is going to be like a bust around my back area. So I'm just blending in to remove that curve, and then just go ahead and cut this out. Okay, yeah, so guys, carefully watch how I cut this out. Okay, yes, just like that. If you are with me till now, thank you so much for being here. I am really grateful. Watch how I transfer this onto my fabric, and I'm going to be seeing you guys in the next one. Okay, so thank you all so much. I really appreciate. Make sure you like this video, subscribe, turn on the bell notification so you get notified anytime I upload a new video. So add a sewing allowance of half inch in front before you cut. When doing this side, to do the same thing for all your patterns. Okay, thank you for watching. I'm going to be seeing you in my next tutorial. Take care and do have a nice day. Okay guys, please don't forget to share to your family and friends. Okay, bye.